And away we go.
Greetings, salutations, and something or other. It's been a while, I think.
Not quite as long as it was the previous time we played.
Yeah, but let's admit it. This is a cursed LP at the moment. So yes, I'm the Raven. So what's in the driver's seat per usual? Have your lads back in the corner, the popcorn ready to throw, and just per usual.
Actually, we got cereal.
And raspberries.
Well, you have the raspberries.
Inviting the symbiote into our home doesn't corrupt us. You know, morally. Been there, done that.
Oh yeah, last time
we're supposed to have shop class tonight, but Tony really got under his skin. I've never seen him this mad. Can you help me talk him down?
Lead the way.
Thanks, Hunter.
You've gone too far, Tony.
Explain how replacing outdated equipment is a problem.
You moved my car.
It was in the way, and I moved it back.
Crap.
All this flashy junk isn't why I'm here. Why any of the rest of us are here.
Well, I'm here to make progress. If you aren't, then get out of the way.
Never meet your
club.
heroes. I get it now. I don't know why I thought you could change.
So yeah, last time tried to recover the Sansom Submarine, it exploded. We got Venom back, so we got Eddie in the team. And now we got Tony Stark being Tony Stark.
Robbie just
I'm excited
space.
for Venom in this.
Let's get started. Another day for retooling. We have a few more ideas in the backlog if you want to check them out. Thanks for getting me those components. We're good to go. Time to... Tony, what's up?
I think your gearhead pal is still wound up.
No!
Okay. Hunter, give me a minute. I want to make sure Robbie's okay.
Take your time. I'll assemble the prototype for the Hunter.
Oh, I'd prefer to hold off. There are some details I want to go over before we begin.
Oh, come on. You've managed so far. How hard can it be for me?
Sure, fine.
Wow, Tony.
Before we get started, I've noticed
Read
Parker
through
takes
'em,
twice as long
buddy.
to finish these prototypes than he should. I have some ideas.
You're an ass, Tony.
The whole point is like they're want to do it on their
Don't worry
own.
about it. I can handle this myself.
Okay.
Sit back and watch the master at work.
I tried to get him to stop for a second, but he just plowed on. He is the only one moving.
And this is why he shouldn't be in this game,
What? You looking for a round
among
two?
other reasons.
I don't want to butt heads, but to quote a frenemy, I can do this all day.
Tony, I don't want to fight you. You were my hero growing up.
Kids do love Iron Man.
Not Iron Man.
Not originally.
You, Tony.
It.
The man who could fix any problem with technology.
What do you want, Robbie?
10 years ago, you bought the Salazar steel plant, then shut it down. Do you remember what you said at the press conference? When you announced the Stark Technology Center?
Something witty?
You said, I'm here to make progress. If you aren't, you should get out of my way. Tony, you put half the families in my neighborhood out of work. And for what? You never even broke ground on that technology center.
I don't even remember this.
3 years later, most of the families who you put out of work had moved away. Follow the jobs, you know? The rest of us weren't so lucky. That's when things got real bad. But those families had it right. You need to know when it's time to move on. So good luck with shop class. I hope it's all the progress you want it to be.
You too, Parker?
Yeah, Tony. If I could manage it, how hard can it be for you?
Damn it.
Boundaries, man. Boundaries.
Oh no, the consequences of my own actions.
Mhm.
What are the odds?
Something Tony Stark has had to deal with a couple of times.
Yeah, I have to keep dealing with it. I can't talk to him from there.
What just happened?
You got what you wanted.
I guess you
Yeah.
are in charge now.
I didn't want this.
That is not what I saw.
I can fix this.
Maybe,
I don't
but
want
not
people.
tonight.
I work with people like that. They want to be in charge and there's no quarter.
I work with someone like that right now.
I have a few someones in my job who are like that. It's always me, me, me.
My way or I sunk for the rest of the day.
You have to drop everything to help me.
And now we need to talk to Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. I've been excited for you to be in this game, even though you shouldn't be here. But it's fine, because you're Venom and you're entertaining.
As soon as you said that, I just thought back to Roger Rabbit. Hi, Eddie!
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Eddie!
Hi, Eddie.
Your mother gave me a lot of stuff, but most of it was grief. Thanks again for what you did for me. As if my past wasn't complicated enough.
Man, he's just as
Your mother
ripped
added a
as
fresh
Captain
pile of
America.
regrets.
Which is weird, because, like, Eddie Brock works out, but he's not, like,
Eddie,
Captain
you are here
America
because a
level
mutual
super
friend
athlete.
believes in you.
You mean he believes I'm trouble? And he's not entirely wrong.
I'm going through my life out
I do
stage.
not want you at each other's throats.
Look, Parker and I have a complicated
Don't look
history,
at my
but
feet.
it's water under the bridge. Well, I guess we're still building that bridge.
He was actually created
you
by
bigger
Todd
fish to
McFarlane, the guy who made Spawn.
From the bridge. Yeah, but enough about us. Can you trust me?
The metaphor got away from you,
happened?
didn't it?
I mean, I kept trying to eat you.
After 300 years, I am not that appetizing.
I probably taste like
yeah.
beef jerky.
Probably for the best we never found
Really
out.
old beef
So,
jerky.
now that we've cleared the air, I'm a little worried about the deal we made with the devil. That's the first time I've meant it literally.
Oh, don't worry. We have worse things with Mephisto later on.
I was gonna say, you're part of the Spider-Verse. That should be common fare at this point.
Hi, I'm Satan, here for your spider deal.
I agree with you, but Peter made his decision. Our plan was to stop the new breed vampires. Now we can do so with your help.
Maybe. I can't shake the feeling that he traded the devil we know for the devil we... well, for another devil we know. Why are there so many devils?
If the world ends, we shall never know.
I'm glad you sound confident. The symbiote and
I know
are
the
on
Marvel,
fence.
there was some Marvel
Fence,
comics
but
that actually addressed why there are so many
Itching to
devils.
Check it out. I'm gonna do that. Unless you need something else.
Because they don't
would like to
believe
get to know you
in
better.
devil condoms.
Okay, hit me.
I would like to know more about you.
What?
Like what?
What was your life like before you became Venom?
I was a really crappy journalist.
I was pretty good at it. Well, I was okay. Somewhere between okay and pretty good. Had a few wins. Then one major...
What happened?
Oops.
It's a long story. And not my favorite one to tell.
I actually
Maybe I'll
like
share the
the
details
original
someday.
idea Todd McFarlane had for
All you need
Venom
to know
better
is
than what we
that
got.
it
So
needs-
obviously what we got was
I still find the occasional...
Eddie
reporting
Brock
gig,
was a
but-
journalist who had
Well, let's just say
discovered
it's for
the
news
identity
sites,
of the Sin Eater,
stories
but
about
it
how the
turned out
government buries alien bodies
it
with
was
desperate-
false, and
Do they?
Spider-Man found out the real one, and he ended up looking
Oh,
like a
yeah.
fool, and so he has a
not the kind of
big
aliens
hatred
these
for
sites talk
Spider-Man.
about.
What we almost got that Marvel editorial nixed was Venom was actually a woman, and she was in a car crash caused by Spider-Man, and as a result of that, a lot of bad things happened. I'm not going to go into detail, but because of that, she hated Spider-Man. I feel like that would have been a little more interesting, but I get why they were like, nah, let's not go with that.
Was her name going to be Edwina?
No.
Okay.
What drives you to fight for justice?
Plenty of people will tell you I'm no hero. Some of them might be living in the Abbey. But I really do care about doing what's right. I guess you could say I had a tough childhood. Always wished I'd had a strong friend.
Yeah,
who saved me
his
from
dad was a
monsters
piece of
in my
work.
life. So I became a monster.
See, I was gonna make
To save
the
those
Finding
too
Nemo
small
joke.
to
I
fight for
never knew
themselves.
my
They
father.
might be afraid of me, but I'll keep them safe.
Yeah, like once Venom's popularity started taking off, they went the 90s anti-hero route for him. He's kind of swung back and forth between that. I do really like him as a Spider-Man villain, but I get the whole Venom lethal protector thing. Of course, they've got the symbiote lore has gotten so weird in the past 10, 15 years, and they've also done a lot of yo-yoing as to whether Eddie should have the symbiote or not. So he's gone through a couple identities at this point, most of which are stupid.
It didn't get weirder than the Lantern War.
Oh, it got weirder than the Lantern War. Well, most of the Lantern War. The Lantern War was just rainbow bright emotions, although they've been adding weirder stuff to that. The symbiote lore, it turns out like the symbiotes are servants of like God of Oblivion or something, and they have magical powers in addition to their ordinary symbiote thing, and now Eddie Brock is a god, except he's not anymore, except what the fuck is happening?
So did the symbiote seek out an angry cat?
Yes, that did canonically happen at least
Okay.
once.
Just checking.
You seem ruthless for a hero.
Is that a question?
Half the Midnight Suns believe the greater good can sometimes outweigh
The
a
greater
single life.
good.
But none of them... well,
Blade and Morbius.
you could put it that way.
I was gonna say, eat
My
people?
brand of justice is an acquired taste.
Talks
And
of the greater good, and suddenly a couple of mech shooters land.
And the eating people was a product of the 90s. Basically, for a while, Venom's symbiote had a need for specific chemicals, which it could either get by eating brains or from eating copious amounts of chocolate. I want to say it was acetylcholine, but I can't swear to it because I've slept since I've read that.
I would like to know more about your symbiote.
Naturally. Go for it.
It's always going, piss off, Tao, you're not wanted.
How did you and the symbiote connect with one another?
I got bitten by a radioactive pool of motor oil.
What?
More at ass.
Nah,
I
that
mean-
wasn't much dramatic. Truth is, Spider-Man brought the symbiote back from space.
Space?
First Secret War.
Be surprised what that kid gets up to. Anyway, Parker found the suit ill-fitting. His loss was my gain. Maybe I'll tell you.
I actually really like the design of the black Spidey suit.
I mean, that's why we're using it.
Mm-hmm.
What are your capabilities on the battlefield?
But without your mom's
I eat
demonic
people.
protein powder, we can still bench press a bus if we need to. We also have limited shape-shifting abilities. Our tendrils are handy when we need to grab something or web someone to a wall. And we can also camouflage ourselves if needed. Don't tell Parker, but he traded down when he went back to those red and blue pajamas.
And it's funny, like, people talk about, like, oh, the Venom symbiote powered up Spider-Man. That was not originally a thing it did in comics, aside from effectively unlimited webbing. Although it wasn't actually unlimited. But, like, once the symbiote went to Venom and Venom suddenly had superpowers, everyone was like, oh, Spider-Man! So writers have kind of just rolled with it. It also
I
didn't
noticed that you sometimes
originally
refer to
make
yourself
Peter
as
Parker any
Wade.
angry or anything.
Why
It's
is
just that the symbiote would take him for joyrides
Because
at
I'm a
night.
king in black.
What does that mean?
It doesn't matter. Truth is, Venom isn't a singular personality. It's a combination of myself and the symbiote.
Yeah, the King in Black
That's why
thing
we
is
say we.
Eddie being the
Must be
god of
strange to
symbiotes
have
or
a
whatever.
conversation with the voice inside your head.
Yeah.
I actually found the
You thought it was hard fighting
comic that
vampires?
introduced Noel.
Try doing it when your costume is yelling in your ear.
About
Eddie,
the first topic about
can I
first
talk to
pages into
Venom
where
now?
we get to see Noel.
That's not
She's
how
still
it works.
nuts, man.
I'm not deranged. I just
She's
share
pretty
a body
armor
with an
alone.
alien symbiote. And okay, yeah, that does sound deranged. But
I'm not a
it
fan
also
of the
happens to be
symbiotes
true.
being the servant
You
of
wanna
some
talk
sort
to
of
Venom?
weird dark
You
god
always
thing,
are,
but
Hunter.
I may just be old.
You're adorable.
actually, I have to run.
We end the first
Around if you
episode,
need me.
first issue on the end with, oh yes, there's this big gloopy dragon coding in New York.
Ugh,
Where's the
give me
X-Men? Where's the
that.
Avengers?
Wash the taste of stale
They're
blood
excused. How do they take out the dragon? Eddie throws Miles into the mouth of the dragon. He takes out the Venom dragon. And then we're introduced to Noel, holding Miles.
Cat, I hear cat.
Catch any ghosts today, girl?
I ate them.
They were in good spirits.
He's secretly a Venom cat.
And somehow this crossover into that one Catwoman movie with Halle Berry.
Oh god.
Please, no.
Why would you even suggest such a thing?
Oh hey, here's Shaq Steele.
Catwoman by name only.
Pretty much.
At some point, somebody interviewed Shaq about doing Kazam and Steele, and his response was like, "Listen, I was a kid from New Jersey. They offered me $10 million to make these movies. What was I supposed to do? Say no?"
I will see if I can find you.
I remember spending, I think it was a Friday evening, watching Steel followed by Spawn. Steel was the better movie.
I saw Spawn in the 90s. I remember enjoying it, but I was like 8. I have not been able to find it again since to rewatch it. Partly because every time, like, I thought... So it was actually, like, misfiled in our video store, our video rental store when I was a kid. So every time I was like, oh hey, there's Spawn, let's rent it, and it was like under the box for the Spawn movie, I'd take it home and it would end up being the HBO cartoon, and I'd be like, damn it!
That's better. I had got one issue, picked up one trade of Spawn. It's rare because Spawn to Super Spawn. Don't know what the fuck's going on there. I then cast some episodes of the HBO animated series. And it just confirmed my dislike of the movie is valid.
Eddie's emotions get the better of him, but his heart is in the right place. That's what matters.
It's just a feeling of they're just doing too much with too little, like with that movie.
See, I didn't hate the movie. I did not hate the Spawn movie.
I barely remember it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am with it these days.
Yeah.
Another day, another addition to the Abbey of Misfit Toys.
That
And
is
yes,
a problem with
I include
Spawn.
myself.
And Miss Lee
Anything
Steele as
else
well,
on your
for
mind?
very forgettable as well.
What does S.H.I.E.L.D. know about Mephisto?
What does an international espionage agency know about the actual devil?
We work for them.
Yes?
Not very much.
That is alarming.
Look, if Satan had a nuke, I could hand you a dossier thicker than your head. But he doesn't, so... Frankly, I should be asking you. What can you tell me about Mephisto?
Well, he is the actual devil.
Which is more than what S.H.I.E.L.D. will ever admit to knowing about Mephisto.
Mephisto detests new breed vampires. Do we know why?
I have no good answer for that. Nothing based on facts.
He hates their funky fresh taste.
My gut tells me new breed vampires keep him from getting something he wants. As for what that is,
There are several characters in the
You'll have to
Marvel
ask the
universe who
devil.
are kind of XPs for the devil. Mephisto is
Thanks,
considered
sir.
to be like
Catch you later.
one of the more powerful ones.
Peter,
He's
Are
the
you
first one I usually think of.
Why? Because one of my ex-nemeses now lives in the same building? Do I not look okay? I'm thinking calming thoughts.
you seem very relaxed.
Okay, good.
Which
Boo.
is surprising, because when you sleep tonight, all that separates you from one of your greatest nemeses is a 500-year-old wooden door.
And now I'm anxious.
Oh god, the
We
Agita!
can find him alternative logic.
I'm in pain
Perhaps
and I'm
in limbo?
still panicking.
No.
I'm what?
I think
I'm
this could be a
hysterical!
good bonding experience for Eddie and me. Sure, I didn't exactly bond with the symbiote, but you know what I mean.
I will take your word for it.
Anyway, that's not the only reason
We
I'm
don't
on
talk
edge.
about my
Back in the
behavior in
sewer, Mephisto
Spider-Man
called me
3.
by my name. Is that something I need to worry about?
Again, another movie that does too much with too little time.
A movie where the director wanted to make a Sandman movie, but the execs went Venom. But Venom, more Venom. We want Venom.
And Rainey doesn't like Venom.
Nope, Raimi was about to tell a really good Sandman story, but the execs went Venom.
I feel like that movie could have worked even with two villains, because what they did with
Mephisto
Sandman
tries to get
definitely
under
worked.
everyone's skin. Just
And
ignore
like,
him.
they did need a story with Harry
I'll tinker with my web
Osborn,
shooters for a
although
bit.
that deserved its own
Take my
movie,
mind off all
frankly.
this.
They could have done a lot with that, but yeah, Venom definitely didn't fucking need to be there.
And of all people to play him, Topher Grace. The 70s show, dude.
And then we had Amazing Spider-Man 2 that does exactly the same thing of you doing too much stuff and more noise, so doesn't pay off on most of it.
Yeah. The best villain... My favorite villain in Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the fucking Rhino, and he's barely in it.
I'm in the movie.
I'm in the movie! But yeah, that movie is just bad. Of course, I'm super burned out on superhero movies in general. Like, we're to the point where a new Fantastic Four movie's coming out, and I'm just like,